About Gordon and me that Mom enjoyed quite a bit, and she saved the pieces of evidence, anyhow, was that, Gordon and I were always on our own after we came home from school, and we made our own snacks and things, and we entertained ourselves. And one thing was that we took turns setting notes around the house, and each note contained a clue as to where you could find the next note. And Gordon was very good at this, and he would make a note that it was so vague you had no idea. You had to think about it quite a while. And then you had to go to a certain part of the house, look under a cushion or open a door or look under a book or something to find the next clue. So you'd open that up, and then it would tell you something that was very vague, and you had to think about it for a long time and then go to some other part of the house to get the next clue. And there was like 10 or 15 clues. And Mom had saved all of those clues, all of those little pieces of paper once, and showed me them many years later. Do you remember that?
I remember doing it. We open Christmas presents that way sometimes around our house. You get a little envelope and it's got the first clue in it.
Oh, that's how that got started.
Gary did that with our kids for
quite a few years. Yeah.
He would make these clues up and put them all around the house. I had no idea that's where you got that from.
I'm not sure I did either. But I do remember hearing about it.
Well, I never associated that with Christmas, and it's something I ever knew anyone did at Christmas until you did it.
We did it a little bit, and it's a treasure hunt.
It's a treasure hunt.
It's the coolest thing there is. I mean, come on, it's my favorite thing.
The laundry chute was always involved.
The laundry chute was always involved, yes.
I've seen Home Alone. I don't know what they're about.
What's up with the guy with the shovel is all I know.
I'm never going to look up and see that flat iron coming down. That's the laundry chute, right?
You gotta watch out for the wet bandits. They are everywhere, and they will.
Oh, really?
Yes.
The wet bandits.
I only the wet bandit. Oh, yes.
But do you remember the prune juice story?
No, only
Do you
vaguely.
remember the prune juice story?
I think.
We were painting the house.
Oh.
Daddy was painting the house. Some of us were helping him.
Yeah.
And we had breakfast, and there was some bottle of prune juice on the table, and Paul finished the bottle.
No, I didn't do it.
And that was your explosion story.
I think it was Gordon did it.
Was it
I
Gordy?
finished the bottle?
No, Gordy.
I think it was Gordon.
There are certain things to remember. There's what happened. The reality of what happened. Then there's the reality of what happened as you remember it.
The only reality there is
Then
how
there's the
you're.
reality of what would have happened as you would like to have had it be, which could be another way. So when you're telling a story about it, you have to go by the facts as you remember them, or as you would like them to be, or as you would like the story to be told, or as you would like the story to be heard. And so a storyteller would say it doesn't matter what the facts were, it's how you're telling the story. And that's the important. So,
There is
My version of the story is Gordon drank the bottle of prune juice.
I have to admit it.
and therefore that
Did you drink the bottle of prune juice?
Well, I might as well if you just said
Yeah, right.
is. Yeah.
let's make it that reality.
Well, and the part everybody remembers is that he was sitting on the toilet and laughing all the way.
Okay, it was Gordy. It was Gordy.
No, I do not want that to be a version of reality.
But the other Gordy story is I had a sweet tooth. Gordy had a sweet tooth. And I remember Mom saying, Gordy, where are you? He had gotten into a cupboard, one of the floor cupboards, and with a sugar bowl. And he said, "Here I is in the shooter."
That's how old I was.
Yeah.
What did he call it?
Really
What
smart,
did he call
right?
it?
Shooter. Shooter.
Who were you raised by?
All right, so, but I was smart. I was, yeah, I could catch on to these things. So, but it was hard to keep out of the sugar bowl. Because this is the one that came from Camp Mashney that Grandpa Murray used to run on Mashney Island in the Buzzards Bay. This was from the camp.
Really?
And it was this covered sugar bowl because it was so moist in that area. It had the little flap thing on it.
Yeah.
So after the here I is in the sugar, and I knew that wasn't good. Next time I was in the bowl, I was around the side of the stove, right where the cellar stairs were, leaning against the door. Nobody could find me. But somebody came to the kitchen door and said, "Gordon, where are you?"
No,
Not
it was.
here.
No, it was. It was something along the lines of, "Okay, who's got the sugar bowl?" Not me. That's how
I remember it as I'm not here.
No, that's not how you told me, but
I think
it is lies.
I think it was I'm not here.
Yeah.
I'm not here.
Was that on State Street?
No,
Yeah,
that-
State Street.
No.
They found me anyhow.
Alan's got
no, I don't think so. I was at Brooklands.
it. Boy, I give up.
Yeah. He was
I
really
think
young.
Here I Is in the Sugar was at Brooklands.
I was
Yeah.
two.
In the,
I was two when we left.
That makes sense.
well,
Yeah.
that may have been when it happened.
When you left Palmer?
No,
No, Brooklyn.
we
I
left
was 2 months when
Brookline.
we left Palm, and 2 years old when we left Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I swear it was at Brooklands.
what would my
Yeah,
verbal
I think so.
capacity be at
I
age
think,
2?
I think,
Age two?
Could I have said that here I isn't a sugar?
You mean a
Yeah.
person, a 2-year-old in general, or you?
Make allowance for me.
Keep in mind it's like Scavenger.
Yeah, but you probably wouldn't be saying, "Here I is in the shusha," if you were 2. That's
That's
my guess.
That's
That's
I would have been older than 2.
Yeah.
I'm only asking because I can vaguely
I think it
remember
was State
the stove and the cellar stairs on State Street.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can remember that, but I can remember that.
Oh, yes,
There really
it was.
not much of a cellar at Brooklands. There was one end of it, the rest of it.
It was just where the furnace was.
Where the furnace was.
No, but I remember
But that would've
that.
been
I
off the
remember it
kitchen.
as being around that stove. Yeah. So it could have been 3,
Oh.
maybe 6.
Just wondering if you were
Would you
13,
believe
14.
14.
So I was 14. We were riding our bikes.
Let's see, I'm not here and I'm gonna fool them. Only us chickens, you know?
Well, that was pretty cool.